In this video, I'm going to be covering why brand owners are struggling and why they're not able to scale their brand to the next level. And I'll be showing you how this brand was able to generate over $28 million in a single year and what traffic sources they were using. I'm going to go through the entire funnel and just basically dissect and reverse engineer everything that they've been doing in order to generate these massive numbers, right? And that includes the ads, who they're targeting, where they're targeting, and the traffic sources they're using, the organic marketing strategy, and also their website, how they're converting these customers and getting them to pay for these high ticket items or medium ticket items, right? And also their email marketing strategy I'm going to be covering as well. So I'm going to be covering the whole picture. So you need to watch this video to the end. Otherwise, you will not understand any part of this and you will not be able to replicate what they're doing and be able to implement this for yourself. And if you're not the type of brand owner who can listen to a video for 10 seconds, then you might as well just click off the video right now and go watch something else, because this is not the video for you. This is only for serious brand owners who want to scale their brand and actually get to the heights that they want to get to, because not everybody's going to be able to do that. 99% of the brands out there are not going to be able to generate these types of numbers. So if you want to become the top 1%, right, and actually be able to implement and scale your brand and is serious about doing so, then you need to watch this video to the end and make sure you actually rewatch it, because I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff in here which you will not understand the first time, right? So let's get straight into it, okay? Now, the brand name is called SUR, right? SUR the label. And they are a women's fashion brand, right, based in Australia. And they're also based in the United States as well. And they basically sell dresses, women's tops, swimwear, basically a lot of any fashion items that younger women like to wear. And this is how they were able to generate $28 million in 2023, right? They were able to generate that because they had a very comprehensive marketing strategy, which they went ahead and implemented. And this is effectively how they're going to be able to scale and get their target customer in and beat all of their competition, right? But obviously, to introduce myself, my name is Sammy. I've been working with brands for the past 5 years now, and I've been able to scale them to massive numbers. For example, I was able to scale this brand all the way to $385,000 in a 60-day period with a similar marketing strategy that SUR the label is using. And this is why I'm qualified to talk about this stuff, because I understand what works, what doesn't work. I understand the problems that brand owners are facing and what they're doing wrong. So again, watch this video to the end. Don't skip around, right? And think you know it all when you don't. Otherwise, you'll be pretty much doing millions of dollars every single year with no issue, right? And you'll be having a very robust strategy like SUR the label does, and you'll be competing with them. But in actuality, you're not competing with them right now, right? So if we look at what the hell they're doing, right, that's making them do a fuck ton of money, right, you can see that they are generating upwards of 80,000 people every single month in website visitors, right? So 80,000 visitors every single month, okay? And they're getting a bounce rate of 20%. Now, 20% is really fucking low. They are really reducing the number of people who are not clicking away on the first page, right? They're getting people to visit multiple pages, right? And the amount of value that provides in terms of them seeing the brand and them looking around and seeing the products, that increases the conversion rates by a ton. And the reason for that is because what's happening is that people get nurtured over time. They're seeing the brand's products, they get indoctrinated into the brand. And then as a result, they're more likely to purchase because they have an affiliation with it and they have a good understanding of what they'll be purchasing. They have their objections handled. And as a result, they're going to go ahead and purchase, right? So 20% bounce rate, that's extremely low. And in terms of the pages per visit, you can see 10 pages per visitor on average, right? Which means that any given person could be visiting the website and going through 20 pages, 30 pages, right? And again, usually if you're watching this video right now, you're probably struggling getting people to stay on the website and actually convert, or again, to look at number of pages. Maybe they're looking at the website for 1 minute and then they're leaving. Maybe you have an application, right, on Shopify where you're seeing the heat maps, you're seeing what they're doing on the website, and you see them clicking off after 30 seconds, right? This is not happening with SUR the label, right? This is not happening. They're actually getting these people to stay on the website and actually increase the chances of them purchasing, okay? So that's what they're doing, and we're going to go into more detail about how they're doing that, right? So keep watching the video. And in terms of the visit duration, people are visiting and staying on the website for 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes, right? Again, a really long time, right? This is the length of this video currently right now. So since the start of this video until now, people have stayed on the website and looked through all the products. And that, again, is what's going to increase, maximize conversion rates and maximize revenue. And this is how they're able to generate $20.6 million, right, in a single year, right? So you may be seeing very low metrics. You may be seeing 1 minute or average view duration for your website and for your brand. Again, there's many ways we can go ahead and improve that, but you can see that Sir the Label, they've been able to maximize that and really keep people on the website. Now, in terms of geography, we can see that they are targeting primarily the United States. Okay, now this is for desktop only, but we can expect this to be the case for social as well, for mobile rather. And again, half of the people that reaching out to is 53. They are targeting the United States. They have bases there, and they have a good audience that they're targeting. Obviously, Americans have a lot of disposable income, relatively, and they're able to go ahead and purchase these more expensive clothing items, right? Then second, we have United Kingdom, right, at 9%, and then Canada at 5%. So they are targeting the more affluent countries, the English-speaking countries, and that's what's really working for them. And that's how they're able to make a lot of money, because they're effectively able to gain market share in the United States. And if they're able to do that, then they're going to make a fuck ton of money, right? And that's what they've gone ahead and done. Now, in terms of the ads, obviously you've just covered the overview of where they're getting their traffic from, right? What the traffic sources are. So in terms of the traffic sources, we can see that they are getting 45% of their traffic from search, right? And this is for desktop. For mobile, this will be a different story. But for desktop, search is the main driver of their traffic. And obviously search consists of paid search and organic search. People who know about the brand or who come across the brand on Google will be classified as organic search. But whereas if they are clicking on ads, right, which Sir the Label are running, then they will see that will be part of the paid search, right, element in this whole category here. And then you've got direct traffic. These are people who are clicking onto the website. Either they type it in the toolbar, right, the search bar, they type in the website URL, and they're coming directly from there. And again, this is on the higher side because they're more established. They've been able to grow and scale their brand where they become more recognized, right, in their niche. And as a result, people are aware of the brand, and they can just go directly straight to the website, right, via the search bar. And then, interestingly, they have 17% of referrals, right? So these are basically traffic that's coming from blogs, coming from affiliates, coming from similar web pages where they are promoting Sir the Label, right? So they may be coming from Vogue, for example, or Net-a-Porter, Matches Fashion, Farfetch, etc., right? And that's how they're able to get a lot of traffic, right, from referrals. And then in terms of social, again, 6.38%. Again, this will be a lot higher on mobile, because a lot of the traffic from social will be coming from mobile, because people use social apps such as the Instagram, the Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest. They use them on mobile. So as a result, this will be a lot higher. This would probably be near to close to 50% on mobile if this was shown, right? And then we've got display ads, which is effectively Google ads, where they're targeting on certain pages, for example, like Daily Mail or Entrepreneur, for example, right? So that's more or less an overview, and that should give you some indication as to how they were able to generate almost $30 million, right, in a single year. Now, in terms of the ads, right, because we just gone over the overview, so how in more detail are they able to do this, right? This is the important part, and you should not skip this step, right? Make sure you listen carefully. Now, in terms of what they're doing, they have a very robust marketing strategy. They are running over 100 ads, okay, on Meta alone. So usually the more ads you run, it means that you're spending a lot more money on the ads, and you're bringing a lot more traffic to the website, okay? Now, in terms of what they're doing, we can see that they are using models, okay, where they are wearing the items, they have unique brand identity, and it's being communicated, right? And on top of that, they're also tagging the model who's wearing it. So it's giving a perception that it's quite an organic post, but it's shown off the model as well. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. They said back in stock, and they also added USA 72-hour delivery. So they also added a benefit in there for people who like fast delivery, right? For clothing items, especially. And this is also a USP that they have. So that's what they've gone ahead and put in there, quite smartly. And like I mentioned, they have the logo in the middle as well for brand awareness. Is very important because at this point with cold ads, people have never heard of your brand before. So if you're able to show your brand name and show it off and make sure it's indicated with or sort of applied with the model in the background, that's also very, very powerful in giving a brand very strong brand image. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. They've also used more similar statics to that as well. They've used those with the logo in the middle and the model front and center with wearing the product, right? In this case, it was an orange top, and it's quite stands out on the white background. And this is what's going to help maximize click-through rates as well, because people are going to see across the feed and they're going to say, this looks very, attention grabbing. They'll look at that and they'll be very intrigued. They'll go ahead and click on the website. So you can imagine this will have very high click-through rates. And also the very clean aesthetic that it has, very, very important for fashion brands, to have a very clean look. And you can see here, they have the new season essentials, right? They're promoting the new season. And, this is in line with the trend. So they are really pushing, for that. And it's working very well for them. Now, they also have short copy as well, as you can see here. They're getting straight to the point, right? They're not writing long copy when they could do that, but instead they've opted for going for shorter copy. They're just saying free shipping and easy returns, right? Just showcasing the benefits, because that's what obviously the target market cares about. They can see the dress right over here, and they can see, its unique selling point that it has, for example, the back here, that would attract people's attention, right? And it's just a case of these people clicking onto the website. Now, the debate on whether long copy is better than short copy, again, this is something that you should split test, because we find that, longer form copy can be quite good if you need to explain something, right? If it's something that's, that needs to be explained, then longer copy can be used. But for fashion items usually, and for, more elevated fashion brands as well, even beauty brands, usually a lot shorter copy works a lot better, because you're living up to your brand image, and as a result, people are scrolling on the feed, right? They're not going to most likely sit around and read a whole paragraph for just a fashion item. So this is something that you can split test, but usually for fashion items, you want to try and use shorter copy. Now, on top of that, they've diversified their creative strategy, and they've gone ahead and used video ads. Now, why do you want to do this? Because video ads, on top of static ads, can create, sort of reach out to more people, have a larger reach, because not everybody in the target market is going to react well to statics, right? Because they may see a static and it may not be engaging enough for them, so they scroll past. But whereas if they see a video of the similar products, for the same brand, then they may be more receptive to that. They may like to have that type of creative being shown to them, and so when they see it, they may actually click on the ad. So it's good to have very good diversity when it comes to creatives, and that's what I tell the brands that I consult to do as well. So that's sort of their creative strategy, and that's what's really working for them on Meta, right? And like I mentioned, they're running over 100 ads. Now, when you're running 100 ads, that's going to mean some serious amount of spend, and they are most likely or most definitely bringing back a very good return from that. So this is clearly working. They've been running this for quite a while, so these are very effective creatives that's really standing out, and it's really helping them to scale quite well. Now, that was for Meta. As for Google, as you can see here, they're also doing Google Shopping. And in this situation, they've promoting their bestsellers, right, to maximize click-through rates, because they're also, showcasing the products, on the black background or blank background. And you can see here, for example, they have the shipping details on here, because that's also a unique selling point. That's what's going to convince people to click on the ad, because they can see, oh, there's free delivery, there's free returns, there's all these different things, right? There's put the material here as well, because Google requires that. And it can be an added benefit, because obviously people search on material as well. For example, some people like to search for cotton items instead of polyester, and so on and so forth. So they've added that here so they can actually rank better on Google. And when they do that, they're able to actually get a lower cost because they actually have a high quality and in terms of their feed and sort of the keywords that they're using. And so as a result, they pay less to rank higher, right, on Google search. And so as a result, they're able to make higher ROI, they're able to scale much further with their Google. And that's how they're able to get a lot of the traffic from Google, right? Not just from organic search, but also from paid search as well. And that's what they've been doing. Obviously, this is from retailers, but they're also doing their own ads as well. So just bearing that in mind, this is something that you can go ahead and implement on your side. Is the Google Shopping strategies, which I show my clients I work with as well. So in terms of their organic marketing, because they also have organic marketing working for them, not just the paid, they have their Instagram profile, right? So they obviously have built a quite a sizable following, over 570,000 followers, and they have lots of posts. Now, obviously, they've been around for quite a while, so they've been posting quite consistently. And this is the secret to trying to grow on Instagram. Obviously, the engagement has gone down quite considerably, but what you want to do is keep posting, right? Because people will still follow you a lot of the time. When you post, people will engage, and that can help for it to get on the Explore page. When it gets on the Explore page, it means it can go more viral, right? Not as much as TikTok, obviously, but that is still a possibility on Instagram when you actually post the right content that's actually aesthetic. Because remember, Instagram is an aesthetic platform, right? When you're posting all this other stuff and all this crap, right, that's not actually benefiting those users of the platform, you're not going to get any impressions or any views, and you're not going to get any engagement, and then you're wondering why you're not growing. You still need to post very high quality content. And you can see here that Sir the Label have gone ahead and done that, right? They have very aesthetic images. They're showcasing the dresses in the best way possible, and they are posting reels, right? That's actually aesthetic, right? And that's helping them to stand out from the crowd. And if you're not doing that, then don't be surprised that you're not going to be making any sales, right, or any engagement from that. So they are consistently posting. They may be using Instagram Boost, right? And the brands I work with usually do use Instagram Boost, but that is not a cop out for you to post very good content. Because if you run an Instagram Boost and it's not good content, then you're just wasting your time, because you may bring them to your website or your page, right? But they're not going to continue to engage because your content is not high quality. They will see your content on their feed, but then they may not react to it, right? They may not engage with it because it's so low quality, right, compared to your competitors. So you need to make sure you're posting high quality content. Now, in terms of the TikTok as well, they have a TikTok account, again, much smaller, but it's good that they have a presence on there because, again, they appeal to a different target market. They have younger women on here who will be interested in their product, and they're able to get more impressions. As you can see here, they're able to get upwards of 20,000, 50,000 views on their videos, which is quite a lot, right, for a fashion brand who's not posting regular, completely going ham on TikTok. But you can see here that they've been posting on there, and that's something you need to do because actually obviously a lot more easy to grow on TikTok than on Instagram. And so you need to take advantage of that and actually grow in there. A lot of people, right, are sort of doing, posting infrequently, or they're not posting the right content, and they're not getting any views, right? They're staying in TikTok jail, and then they're wondering why they're not able to grow. Again, you still need to post very good content on the platform, right? You can still showcase your products, but you need to make sure that you actually catering to the TikTok algorithm, right? You need to study it or get somebody to do it for you so that you're able to go ahead and scale them organically, right? Because people have done it. We've seen brands that do it. They blow up. They get, 500,000, 1 million followers on their brand pages, right? Or even their personal brand pages if they're the brand owner, right? Promoting the product. But you still need to go ahead and cater to the algorithm, okay? So on top of that, they've got their Pinterest. Now, Pinterest, obviously, usually caters to images. This is where you also need to be very aesthetic because, like Instagram, you get a lot of people who come here for inspiration. So you need to post very inspiring photos. You can see here, a lot of these photos are very high quality. For example, the Resort 2024 reflection, right? You can see this is going to appeal to a lot of women, right? And you can see how good quality the product is. You can see how it's been glorified by the models. And that's what's going to help them get, that's what's helping them get to $20 million in a single year, right? They're not just posting willy-nilly. They're posting very high-quality content, right? So you need to either create the content yourself, get a photographer, get models, or get a creative agency to help you to create this content, right? You should be doing either one of those things because in order to compete with these people, you need to be able to do that, right? and get UGC creators, influencers. There's loads of different things you can do. There's no excuse anymore, right? It's 2024. People will create content for you, right? And you can go ahead and post it very easily on these platforms and be able to grow. So there's no excuse, right? And you should be having the ability to do that. Okay. Now, that's the whole sort of marketing, backbone that they're using. It's from the ads to the organic marketing that they're utilizing, and that's what's helping them to scale quite aggressively. Okay. Now, once they are obviously running these ads, where are they taking this to? They're taking it to their homepage and their product pages, right? So they're going straight to the page, these pages, the website, and once they get there, they are shown an email pop-up, right? So what does this entail, right? It shows that they can get a discount on their first order, okay? In this case, it's 10% off, as you can see, right? And this is a good strategy to get people down the funnel because obviously if they haven't heard of the brand before, they're less likely to purchase unless there's a massive incentive for them to do so. So in this case, Sir the Label have gone ahead and done is they've said, okay, this is your first time. We want to give you a special gift, okay? And we want to give you 10% off your first order. And this is going to entice people to go ahead and sign up and actually go ahead and purchase, right? So it's a win-win situation because Sir the Label gets their email, and on top of that, they're able to get them to purchase as well. So, and after that it leads them to the loyalty program, which I'll mention later. But this is how you're going to get people to effectively get in, purchase from the brand and convert, because obviously there's sort of data that shows that if you don't give them incentive to buy, if you just let them buy full price, from the first order, that actually your conversion rates go down, and that doesn't provide as good of a customer experience. So they've asked for their first name, they asked for their email address and their phone number. Okay, now this is optional, and I recommend doing that because not everybody wants to give out their phone number, but you need to get their email, and obviously the phone number will help as well for SMS marketing. And after that, they can join and they get access to new arrivals and email marketing, right? Which we will see here as well, right? Once they sign up, they'll get shown these emails, which I'll cover in a bit. So once they've done that, they'll click off and they will be shown the homepage. So what's happening here? Well, they've been shown a hero image, right? This is a promotion, right? Showcasing the new season collection, right? And they're doing that because obviously when there's a new season collection or then there's a new season, there's going to be a spike in demand for those types of products. So they've gone ahead and said, okay, we're going to meet this demand with our products, and that's going to help boost conversion. So you can say pre-424, and it's gone ahead and promoted one of the products that they were promoting in the ads, as you can see here, right? So this is obviously what they want to push, and this is obviously working very well. Okay, now after you scroll down, you'll see that they're also promoting other products, okay, other collections. You can see they have the models wearing the product. Again, this is a consistent theme, right? They're building this brand identity in your mind so that you actually stay to the point and actually keep it in your mind so you always be top of mind with them, right? So this is quite psychological, and this is working a treat. And a lot of brand owners, they don't think this way, right? They're not really able to understand that in order to build up brand identity, you actually need to be very consistent with it, and you can't just be doing anything willy-nilly. It needs to be very strong and it needs to be very clear cut. And if you're not able to do that, then people won't remember you. How do you think people are able to remember brands like Nike, brands like Adidas, all these other brands, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana? Because they have a very consistent brand image, which they keep hammering down your throat, right? Until you fucking buy from them, right? Otherwise, you're just not going to remember them. Like, really think of any brand, right, that you have never bought from. Do you remember them? No, you do not, right? So this is how you're going to be able to get people to purchase. It's not just a case of just setting up a website and expecting people to buy. No, you need to go ahead and evoke emotion and be able to communicate effectively with them via your images, the words that you're using on the page, and the way you're displaying everything as well. Okay. And obviously using models will help you to do that, especially in the fashion, health, and beauty space. So you can see here that they are using hero images. Again, this is for the target market. They're tailored to the target market. Another important point, right? You may create content like this, but if it's not tailored to your target market, it may look good, but you're not going to resonate with them. They're not going to purchase, right? So this is very important. Now, in terms of the promotion, you can see promotion of each collection makes it simple for viewers to choose the collection they want to go ahead and click onto. So, for example, you're seeing how they're promoting it, one by one. You may want to click on silk dresses. You may not want to click on tops. People may want to click on dresses as well, and then two-piece sets as well. So they are giving people an option on the homepage so they can go ahead to the place that they want, and it's very efficient for them to go, and it's very seamless. They maximizing conversion rates as a result. And obviously they have promoting other products, that are new this week, for example, and they continue to do that across the page. And then they have the shoppable Instagram, showcasing their Instagram at the bottom of the page. And, this is quite common. I'm sure that if you're running a fashion brand, you know about how brands are running, sort of doing the shoppable at the bottom of the homepage, where people can go ahead and click on, certain pictures on Instagram, and then go ahead and look at the products that they're wearing. So this is to help to maximize engagement and get people to actually stay on the page for longer. And that's why they've been able to get a large amount of view duration on their website, alongside a low bounce rate and number of pages per visit, right? So these are the tactics that they're using. It's very subtle, but this is how they're able to do it, and why other brands are just falling behind effectively and not getting anywhere with their brands. Okay. Now, in terms of the product page, obviously they have the home page, and then they go ahead and visit the collection pages and then the product page, right? Or they may visit the product page straight from the ads. Okay. For example, the Google Shopping ad. So once they get to the product page, they showcase the model. Okay. So you can see the models wearing the product, and they are, again, communicating elegance, for ideal transformation of the customer. So as you can see, the model's wearing the product, and it's very important to do that because obviously the viewer of this will need to understand, what does the product look like in real life, right? What does it look like on a person? If it's just on the flat lay, if it's just on white background, then they don't have an idea of what the product will look like on a human being. And as a result, if they were to buy the product, right, they would want to return it if it doesn't look like what they expected, or they may actually not even buy it altogether because they have that objection in their mind which is not being catered to. So that's what they've gone ahead and done, and rightly so. This should be done with fashion items and beauty items as well, right? They want to see what the product looks like on somebody, so maybe on the skin, on the hair, etc., right? And on top of that, they've gone ahead and done normal stuff. They've shown the product title, the pricing, whether or not you can get the installments, right, which help increase conversion rates, because people may not want to pay for the price up front. They can do it in installments, which is quite common now. And also they could provide product information related to the garment, which helps to exude femininity effectively, because they're using very feminine language, like silhouette, offering a narrow fit, right? These are all implications of femininity and getting women to feel elegant in the clothing that they're wearing. Okay, so that's what I've gone ahead and done. Obviously, you have the add to bag button. One thing they could have done is have a sticky add to cart, but in this case they didn't. Okay, that's something that they may have split tested, they may have not, but I find that when brands have a sticky add to cart, that actually they're able to increase the add to cart rates. Now, obviously, they've got product features, fabric line instructions, and also support here if people need help. Okay, they will provide support. People will get access to help if they need it, and also offers as well the benefits and, for example, the loyalty points and exchanges. Right, these are all things that be listed on the page so that people don't have issues with trying to buy the product. Okay, and obviously I've seen a lot of brands, the big brands that I work with, who implement the same strategy, while the small brands are not doing any of this, and as a result they're just lacking and staying behind, and they're wondering why. It's because they don't have an understanding of what they need to be doing, and which is why I pretty much look at what the bigger brands are doing and see exactly what's working for them. So in terms of the other related information, okay, you have the customer also recommendation as well. So product recommendations, communicates the branding as well, showcases the product quite clearly, and people can go ahead and add this to their basket as well if they like it, and that's what's working well for them. Okay, now obviously we have the loyalty program. Okay, now I don't know if you saw it, but there is this little widget right here. It says Sir Loyalty Season Gift, and that's effectively giving the option for people to opt in to their loyalty program. Okay. Now, the loyalty program is meant to get people to receive benefits and actually stay on and incentivize them to keep purchasing from the brand, right? And to maximize lifetime value. Because at the end of the day, if you want to get to $27 million or $28 million in a single year, you're going to have to get these people to buy more than once. So this is their method of being able to do that. They effectively gone ahead and differentiated themselves because a lot of brands are still not doing a loyalty program, okay, for some reason, right? So you can see here, they are celebrating, right? They're giving a reason for why they're doing a loyalty program, why they're giving a gift, okay? It could be anything, right? For example, you in your case, you could give any reason, right? It could be the founder's birthday, it could be, for example, the new launch of something, right? But you need to give a reason for why you're doing a gift. Again, it's not optional. You don't have to do that, but it just helps to build engagement and make it seem more special than it actually is. So that's what they've gone ahead and done here. Okay. And they're giving it a fancy name, Tier 1, okay, plus. And it says, enjoy a pair of Sir socks and tote. Complimentary purchase, right? So this is like a gift, and this is to help them to build a relationship with the customer so they can come back and buy again and actually increase their lifetime value, increase AOV, and this is what is going to get you to the larger numbers, right? So that's what they've gone ahead and done. People, if you're trying to get people to purchase just one time and expect to make a ton of money from that, then you're completely deluded, right? You're not thinking correctly, and you need to really reconsider everything that you're doing, okay? So what they call Sir Loyalty, again, the loyalty program is a luxury experience with lots of benefits, and you see the list of it here. Right, they clearly outline what it is because, again, this is a new concept to people, right, who are trying to buy from the brand. And so that's what they've gone ahead and done. They've gone and outlined what exactly it is. And they give a call to action at the end. It says, sign up now to unlock benefits, right? And obviously people like to have benefits, right, when they're buying something. So that's what's going to incentivize them to go ahead and opt in. Now, obviously, if you watched to this far, congratulations, because now you're getting one step closer to actually understanding what is required for you to get to these larger numbers, what's required for you to scale, and all these different tactics that the big brands are using that you're not using. So you need to keep watching towards the end, and you'll be able to get double the more value, right? Because this is what's working for them, and all you is required of you is to go ahead and try and implement this for yourself or replicate this for your brand as well. So, if you don't watch it, keep watching, you're not going to be able to understand the loyalty program, the email marketing strategy, as well as what they're doing on the cart page, all these different things, which are actually going to help to maximize the brand's lifetime value and actually get you to the larger numbers. Again, ads are getting more expensive. When you try to run ads, you find that you're getting one extra ROAS, right? You can't do much with that, right? And you're not getting people on the back end to go ahead and purchase. So what's happening is that you're effectively, wasting money. You're losing money. You're basically putting your money on fire because you're not keeping these customers that are coming in. So you see how Sir the label are able to keep the customers in, okay? And again, as a brand owner, your attention span, you've seen now that you are able to understand that these are the sort of things that you need to be trying to implement, right? And you clearly have the attention span in order to understand that. So it's very important that you obviously watch this. You need to try and implement it, right? So in terms of what they're doing, right, from their brand loyalty perspective, you can see they're adding personalization, right? They're really hitting on the brand image again. They've got birthday rewards, right? When people are opting in, they're given their birthday. And as a result, on the email marketing side, right, they're going to be hit with emails related to the birthday. They'll be getting more gifts, okay? So that's really what they're trying to do here. And obviously they have their seasonal gifts, okay, for seasons, right, to keep them buying every season, okay? It's not just them buying one go and that's it. No, they're trying to get them to buy multiple seasons. The fall, the winter, the summer, spring, right, autumn, whatever, right? They keep getting them to buy every single year, right, by incentivizing them to do so, okay? And obviously they have complimentary shipping. So, and on top of that, they've got the FAQ, so people understand, right? They don't have any questions or burning questions about what on earth this is, all the permutations that's, associated with the loyalty program. And they've covered it all. You see, how do they join? How do I earn points? All these different things are going to be very important points that the potential customer will need to understand and people opting in will probably have questions on, right? And it gives the brand leverage because it doesn't mean they have to do live chat all the time with these people and answer the same questions. They would have gathered data, previously from people asking about the loyalty program, and then it would have said, okay, we've seen a trend of what these people are asking. We're going to go ahead and put in FAQ, and that's what they've gone ahead and done here. And so there's no questions that needs to be asked about, you not joining the loyalty program. The objections are already handled in this section. So this is how they're able to maximize the number of people who are opting into the loyalty program, and that's how they are able to maximize lifetime value. Goodness knows what their lifetime value is, but if their item is costing, upwards of £290, right, which is like $300-400 or so, then you can imagine that their lifetime value is going to be in the multiple thousands for each person, right? Because they're providing high quality products and they are showcasing the branding, they differentiate themselves, okay, and they have effective email marketing and loyalty program strategy, right, which they're implementing. So as a result, and they're probably only acquiring the customer for like, goodness knows, like 25, 30 pounds, $40, right? I work with brands who are acquiring customers for like $25. They're selling products for $100, $120, $150. And then again, people to buy in the back end, and they're doing, over 600,000, million a month, right? With their brand. Why? Because they're utilizing, a very holistic strategy, right? That's actually getting customers in and is getting them to go ahead, opt into the loyalty program, okay, and then get them to go on the email list, and they can be retargeted for years on end, right? Because they're providing high quality content that's, providing the latest style, right? They're in trend as well, okay? They are providing different collections, right? All these different things that are complementary with each other. And as a result, they're able to get them to purchase multiple items that's actually going to contribute to them and actually feel good in. So that's really, they have an immense strategy, and it's no wonder that they're able to generate $28 million in a single year, right? I mean, can imagine that a lot of the brands, the smaller brands, are like, well, how on earth do you go and implement that? That's something I'll cover at the end. So keep watching to the end and I'll cover that. But in terms of the loyalty program, that's what they're doing. And that's what's really working well for them. So obviously when they get to the cart page, right, let's say they added this product to basket, okay, they will again go ahead to the cart page. As you can see here, they are promoting the loyalty program here. Okay, so obviously now they've shown intent on trying to buy the product. Now it's just a case of them, going ahead and checking out. But also they're trying to use this opportunity to get them to join the loyalty program because they clearly have intent. They're clearly somebody who's interested in the brand. So they're kind of trying to upsell them on the loyalty program. And this is sort of like a trick what we call the Zygarnik effect, where, if you get somebody to do something once, they're more likely to do another action again, right? This sort of baby step-in model where if they added a cart, they're more likely to do another action because they're already shown intent, and it's psychologically, they're trying to be consistent, right? If they're not consistent with their actions, then this creates cognitive dissonance. And so what they've gone ahead and done is said, okay, because I added a cart, I can also join the loyalty program. So this is what this prompt is here for. Okay, so the only thing here is that they haven't used upsells. Now, again, they may have split tested this. They may have said, okay, the upsell is not having any impact on our ability to maximize conversions and AOV, so we don't need to have it. And it's actually, you'll find that upsells can slow down the site speed. So this can be a trade-off. This is something that you need to split test. But you can see that actually, the product price is quite high. It's near £600 in this case. And so there's no real need for an upsell, but this is something that you should split test if you're selling, any items for that matter. This is even more necessary for lower priced items, because if your items, for example, in the beauty space, you may be selling some items which are like $20, right, and you acquire them via ads, then you're spending money in ads. You have a low profit margin. So you need to use upsells, right? You need to be using upsells on the cart page. You need to be using upsells on the product page as well, alongside product recommendations. Okay, so that could be the reason why they haven't used upsells in this situation. But again, because they have the loyalty program and because they are using a 10% off discount, this will help people to go ahead and purchase more items. Again, is sort of like in the Zargisi-Garnick effect, and that's what's really helping them to maximize their AOV while maximizing the conversions. So that's what they've gone ahead and done on the cart page. You can see also see here that it said giving them like a congratulations for free shipping, and that's going to help them to convert as well, because despite buying expensive item, a lot of people do not like to pay for shipping, whatever the price of the item is. And so once you tell them up front, oh, you get free shipping, this is going to increase conversions. Okay. And, there's been scientific proof that people don't like to buy, or the conversion rates go down once shipping is added. Shipping cost is added to the order. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. And they've been very smart about that. Okay. And it most likely have done split testing on this. So that's something that you can go ahead and implement as well. So obviously they've gone through the top of funnel ads. Okay. They may have retargeting ads here as well, right? These ads. And then they've gone to the home page, they've gone to the product page, and then they got to the cart page, and they would have checked out. Okay. Now, once they check out, now Sir the Label now has access to their emails, right? Whether they got it from the checkout, where they opted in, to give their emails for the order, or they got it from the loyalty program, or they got it from the email pop-up which showed up, when they were, visiting the website. Okay, either way, they now have opted in to receive email marketing. So once they do receive these emails, what they're presented with is these types of emails. As you can see here, they have, they're maintaining the brand image. Okay, they have the brand name in the center. They have the model in a very, in the clothing, and very model-esque, very elegant pose. That's, in line with their brand image. And so that's working extremely well for them. And this is how they're able to build brand consistency. And it's really building a strong image in the consumer's mind that, okay, this is a product that, I can buy from, I associate myself strongly with, and I like the aspirational feel that this brand has. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. Okay. And on top of that, they've got the, product description, some sort of description on the product. In this case, it's Primrose Linen. They've gone ahead and described it. They've used very, a colorful language with that as well. And that's really helping them to build up an image in the consumer's minds. Okay. They most likely have a copywriter for this, because you can see the type of writing that they're using. It's quite elaborate, and it's working very well for them, right? It's implying a sense of luxury in the product. There's some inspiration, some art form related to it. And that's what's really working for them. As you can see, they've showcased similar products as well. And then they've shown it on the model again. So, they got more shots, showcasing the brand image, maximizing the click-through rates to the website. And obviously, once they click on the ad, on the email, they get sent straight back, okay, to the product page, okay? Surprise, surprise, right? So they're back to the product page, and again, they're getting nurtured, they're getting indoctrinated into the brand, and they're having a better understanding of the products that Sir the Label provides. And as a result, they'll enter the consideration phase, and then enter the conversion phase, and then they go ahead and purchase, right? So as you can imagine, this becomes a very, vicious cycle, right? A positive one, where they are going via email, they're checking out, they go via email, product page, cart page, checkout, email, and so on and so forth, right? So, and obviously they'll get hit up with ads again, okay? So they get hit up with ads if they have purchased. Again, you want to run this at a smaller budget, usually like 10% of the total budget, but that's really an effective way to get them to purchase it as well, again and again. And, because not everyone will open their emails, right, and let alone click on it. So, hitting them up with ads again, whether that's display ads, which they're doing a bit of, on desktop, you can see here, 5% or so. And, that's helping them to build up a relationship with that customer and getting them to maximize their AOV. Okay. And on top of that, they're running these ads, and, they're going to be reaching out to these people even if they don't purchase as well. So let's say that these guys that are coming through the ad and they don't purchase, okay, they're going to go back to where they came from, and they'll be hit up with retargeting ads, right? Which Sir the Label is 100% doing without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so they'll see the ad again, they'll get more indoctrinated into the brand, they'll come back, and then they will eventually purchase, and then they go through the email marketing loop, and they end up going ahead and purchasing again and again. So you see how this is pretty much a closed system, right? Where they have pretty much kept all of the people, right? These are like 75,000 people every single month who they are 55,000 people every single month who are coming in and they're being kept in the loop, right? They can't be kept in the brand and they really are getting indoctrinated. And this is what separates them from their competitors who don't have a closed loop, right? Or closed system. They're just bringing people in, they're coming straight out and they're not retargeting them. They're not able to engage with them organically. And then they're wondering why they're only doing, 50K a month, 100K a month, right? So that's really what's happening. If you're doing 100K a month and you're wondering why you're not able to get to 200, 300K a month, then this is primarily the reason, because your ability to keep people on the website, okay, is not sufficient, right, in order to maximize your revenue and ROAS, right? And in terms of actually retaining people, right, in this loop, your ability to do that is hindered, right, one shape or form, right, which obviously needs to be troubleshooted, right? So that's more or less the strategy that SER are using. Again, they have extra stuff that they're implementing, such as retailers, right? They're collaborating with retailers like Mytheresa, you got Net-a-Porter, all these other retailers that are harboring their products and they're promoting their products on their websites, and that's helping them to get extra revenue and get extra awareness. Even that means that they go to Net-a-Porter or they go to Mytheresa, Farfetch, Matches Fashion, wherever it may be. They see the products there, then they go ahead and visit SER the label, right? Because they were interested in the brand, they want to see more of their items, and so they go ahead to Google, right? Hence why a lot of the traffic is coming from Google, and they'll go there, they'll see the sort of web page, right, link, and then they go ahead and purchase, right? So that's more or less, they have a very intricate strategy. And, I may have gone through all of it, right? And if you've made it to this far, congratulations, right? Because now you've fully understood, or have a decent understanding of what's required for you to get to these type of numbers and how to, generate, some amazing numbers. Obviously, there's more to it. Okay, so the label have very good products. They have a very robust brand, right? They have a very good following, which they built up over time. But you have to start somewhere, right? If you're only doing like 200K a month, 300K a month, or maybe 100K a month, 50K a month, whatever it may be, okay? Maybe you're at the upper level. Maybe you have a proof of concept, okay? Maybe you have a good product. Maybe you have a good brand. You have good revenues already, right? You're not just starting out, right? And you just think you have a good product. You actually have a brand, you have a proof of concept, you're actually doing good revenues every single month that's consistent, but you're finding that you're hitting like a plateau. Maybe you have no idea about how to scale much further. What steps do I need to take to get to the advanced level, intermediate level, where I'm able to, generate, multiple six figures every single month, get to the million mark. Then you need to understand that there are levels to this and that you need to have a more robust strategy, a more effective, efficient strategy, which is actually going to keep people in your brand and actually get them buying from you multiple times. And then you have an effective marketing strategy as well to back it up. Okay, organic and paid. That's going to help you to scale much further and get to the levels that you want to get to. So that's more or less the whole strategy for SER, the label. Okay, now obviously I went through a lot, so I implore you that you go ahead and watch the video again. This is almost compulsory at this point because you may have watched this video. It takes 7 hours of you watching my videos for you to understand them, okay, and to get a very full picture of what's going on, because I just went through this brand, I went through other brands as well, okay, and you need to understand that this is not something that you just go ahead and watch once and then you go off and just do it. You need to keep watching it, over and over again, so you understand exactly what is entailed, right? Each of the nuances which is inside each of these, sort of parts of the funnel, this entire strategy as well. And then what you need to do is you need to either go ahead and implement it for yourself and go ahead and do a trial and error with that, which I don't recommend as well, because that would take you many years, right? They SER the label, right? They have consultants, they have people they're working with who is helping them to implement all of this stuff, right? They would have got somebody, right, a consultant and an agency to help them out with getting the website done to the highest degree, right? They would have had a creative agency who would help them to create these creatives, right? These creatives are not just done by any normal photographer. They're done by very experienced people who have been in the game for a long time, who know exactly what needs to be done, and so they would have got partnered with these people and done it. If you're just at 50K a month or 30, 40K a month and you're not partnering with a consultant, then what on earth are you doing, right? You're pretty much wasting your time. You're wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars that you could be making if you had the expertise and the knowledge to help you to get to the next level, right? If you're just doing it yourself or you're just getting with agencies, again, agencies is not the best option, because agencies are pretty much going to be there and they're going to be doing the work for you. And then once they leave, you're back to square one because you never learned anything from them. They're doing the work for you. And so you're pretty much left in the dark. You have to get another agency. They may not perform as well. And then you're just repeating this cycle, right? And then you lose trust in everybody. You lose trust in agencies, consultants, etc. Even though consultants actually teach you the stuff and actually a better option for you to actually go ahead and implement. Okay, they will tell you how to, for example, I would tell you how to do all these different things, okay, which are effectively here, right? So I'll teach you how to go ahead and get the creative, sort of make the creative, the creative strategies that you need to implement for your brand, organic marketing strategy, the ad strategy as well, especially Meta, because Meta is going to be the probably easiest option for you to try and grow alongside Google. Okay. And in terms of the website as well, I'll teach you how to actually maximize conversions, what the best practices, that aligns with your brand image, right? And actually maximize conversions. And obviously you will produce revenue from that, but it doesn't end there. You have to go ahead and implement a very good back-end strategy, email marketing, which I also consult on as well. So I pretty much provide the whole package because I understand and I currently work with brands already. Okay. I'm not just here just talking to you as if I haven't done it before. I've done this multiple times with multiple brands. Okay. I see what's happening on almost on a daily basis. So it's pretty much obvious that, this is a strategy that's working and you may not be privy to it, but this is what's working currently right now in 2024 and beyond. And I'm seeing it, pretty much in real time. So you can see here, I've done $385,000 with a brand, right? My name is up here, Sammy, right? And I've done, $64,000, right, in a single month with a brand as well that I partnered with and I helped them and I consulted them on $70,000 with another brand. Okay, so this is being repeated again and again. And as you've seen in my case studies elsewhere, whether it's on my Instagram or via my previous videos on YouTube, which you should watch, right? You know exactly, what I've been able to achieve and being able to do for brands in your similar position, right? So if you're like the 50K a month mark and you want to grow and scale, okay, then you can book in a call below. Okay, I will go ahead and provide a tailored solution for you. And again, you may have some objections right now. You may be saying, okay, I'm not convinced yet, which I understand because you haven't watched this video again and again, okay, which you need to go ahead and do. And again, you can go ahead and implement this for yourself, right? You don't have to necessarily get help, even though you should be doing that. But like I said, I've seen it before, right? People will go ahead and try to implement for themselves, right? They don't get anywhere because there's just too much heuristics and too much nuances that they're missing, which they're not able to go ahead and implement and they have no knowledge on, right? So you should be working with people who can help you and get you to the next level of being a done it. Okay. So in terms of, what you should do, you should book in a call below and go ahead and fill in the information and then I'll see if you're a good fit. Okay. Now, in terms of what I do, like I said, I consult your brand on exactly what you need to be doing, what problems you're facing, the bottlenecks that you have, and then I alleviate them, providing guidance, whether it's resources, one-on-one coaching as well. We have daily Zoom calls, or weekly Zoom calls rather, and I provide, 24/7 communication via Slack, very simple stuff, okay? That's actually going to get you somewhere, okay? I'm not doing a course, anything like that, right? Because you find that people who do courses, they, pretty much bullshit, right? You're not learning from them. You don't implement any of it because it's just going throughout 12 hours of content, which you have to watch. And then after the end of it, you're not actually doing anything, right? Where you have someone who holds you accountable, who tells you exactly what you need to do right, for your brand specifically. That's what you would need at this point, right? So book in the call below, and my prices are going up every minute because every time I do a YouTube video like this, right, people are coming to me and saying they want to work with me. They want to actually, pay me a good amount of money for doing this. So what I've done is I've kept the prices low for the moment because I want to get people, give people the opportunity to actually work and actually gain access to it. But it is going up quite rapidly. So, and obviously you can go ahead and pay, a one-time fee, right? Whether it's 4K, 5K, etc., or you could pay on two, monthly fees as well. So two times, whether it's 2.5K, 1.5K. Okay, so that's what we're looking at in terms of the pricing, because like I said, I already work with big brands, right? I don't need to work with the smaller brands because this sort of information will make you hundreds of thousands of dollars for your brand once implemented correctly. So I don't need to be working, with these types of brands who are on the smaller side, but I choose to do so because, this will provide a lot of value to them, right? And then I'll get paid, in proportion to that. So this is something that you need to go ahead and decide, right? Whether you're not convinced, that's fine. Go ahead and watch this video again. And if you want to see a different video, right, covering a different strategy related to another brand that's doing very well, then you can go ahead and click on the video in the top right-hand corner. But either way, you visit my Instagram and visit my link in the description for booking a call. And if not, click on the link that you see in the top right-hand corner. And bye.